In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Would be doing great by the mercy and grace of Almighty Allah. My name's NA Saqib. I'm your IELTS mentor, IELTS trainer. Additionally, we're also teaching the students a spoken English for the last 20 years at the platform of Genius Institute, Lahore. Dear friends, we are also professional student visa consultants. We accept your applications for UK, Australia, Canada, America and across Europe. And lots of success stories can be found on our YouTube channel, Genius Institute Lahore. We are offering online classes and offline classes, on-campus classes. If you're interested in any one of them, you can contact our number given in the description. Dear friends, my today's lecture would be about IELTS Writing Task 1. About journey training students. Yes, of course, it's a letter. It could be a formal or informal letter. We'll be having a separate independent lectures recording on these two different sorts. But here today we are supposed to just have a bit of overview, a bit of basic introduction of IELTS Writing Task 1, and that is a letter writing for journey training students. Now, first of all, what are the formalities of this letter writing? About the limit of words. The letter is supposed to be at least of 150 words. And at least 150 words. But ideally, it should be 170 to 180 words. Now, again, number 2, about the time span, which should be dedicated for this skill. Overall, for writing, there are 60 minutes, but we just allocate 20 minutes to task 1. So here, 20 minutes will be granted to letter writing. And, a bit of planning and everything. You will include a bit of, after the letter completion, proofreading is also important. So you have to manage everything, and your teacher or trainer is going to give the guidance how to do all that stuff while writing a letter. A formal letter or an informal letter. So, actually, letter writing technique letter writing itself is dying. The convention is dying out. So, in order to have a bit of revival of this convention for British communication writing skill, they have involved letter into your IELTS Writing Task 1. It's great. It's a letter of correspondence where you demonstrate your ability to communicate using English letter writing conventions. Now here you have to respond to some situation or problem. What is the nature of situations and problem? Just to explain it. For example, the task in question may ask you to complain about something, to request information, to request for help, to make arrangements, or explain a situation. So, my dear friends, it could be a common everyday situation which will be given to you in your letter writing. Yes, you'll be given a common everyday situation such as, number 1, writing to apologize for missing a friend's party. 2, complaining to a company about bad service. 3, writing to give advice to a friend about where to go on holiday. Or writing to express your interest in a new job. So, the task instructions will give you information about a problem or situation. You've got to be particular about the instruction portion of this letter writing, where it will be advised what you're going to do. You're going to write down a situation or a problem. The letter itself will let you know what's the nature of the letter. Is it a formal letter or informal letter? And then about whether it's about a situation or about a problem. So in addition to being given a problem or a situation, 3 bullet points will be given. Now, these bullet points will outline exactly what information you need to include in your letter. Yes, of course. You might have to sometime describe details or give reasons or express likes or dislikes or make suggestions or recommendations, my dear friends. Yes, if you fail to include any one of the bullet points, you will lose easy marks. There are 3 bullet points in every letter, whether it's formal or informal, and you need to explain all 3 of them one by one. So it's crucial to read and follow the instructions very carefully, my dear friends. Your letter should be reflecting the letter writing rules and should overall cover all 3 bullet points in your response. I mean, all 3 points need to be completed or responded, because the task response also carries 25% of its mark when it comes to band descriptors or writers or paper markers criterion of assessment. So need to fulfill the task by just meeting the requirement of answering all 3 bullet points. For example, you should write your letters as complete linked texts. There should be continuity of writing. There should not be any bullet points in the writing answer in the writing of the answer, or there should not be any numbering in any part of the letter. No numbering, no bullet points in your answer. Yes. Further, you are not required to include any addresses on your letter. No addresses at all. So this is not required by the examiner to write down your address or make the bullet points or give the bit of numbering 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. This is not required and desired by the examiner. What you will be doing, you will be just writing a linked text, or a continuity would be necessary as you are writing simply in paragraphs. You'll need to choose and use the correct tone in your letter. This is also important. So tone actually reflects the nature of relationship, whether it's a very informal relation with whom you are to whom you are addressing, or you have got a formal relationship to whom you are addressing. It all depends on the relationship, and then the relationship will set the tone. In the beginning, for example, you will be giving salutations, and in closing you will be also writing yours faithfully or whatever. You must be knowing about all that stuff which is needed for beginning and closing the formal and informal letters. We'll let you know about all the details in the lectures to come. So, as you know, that different relationships require different levels of respect, which is not only in English culture, which is the part of every language and culture of the world. So, as I told you early on, IELTS letters are either they are formal letters or informal letters in tone. What are the informal letters actually? Generally, if the letter is to friends, people you know well, your classmate, your neighbors with whom you have got a bit of informality, so you will write down the informal letter, and the reason for writing is positive. Yes, it's also important. You will be writing informal letters. The tone would be informal. On the other hand, what are the formal letters? Letters to everyone else, and actually the messages which are actually about complaints, negative messages, they should be all formal letters, because you are formally writing about the complaints and about the negative remarks and the comments and your opinion about something which you've observed or undergone. So it will be all in the formal letters. So there is an important note. That is, I'll have a detailed discussion, as I told you early on, the examples about formal, informal letters in the next lectures. I'm going to give you at the end of the lecture one formal letter and one informal letter sample, so that you may have the understanding what is the nature of the formal and informal letter. First, I will give the formal letter example. Now, the letter would be like this. You have bought a new mobile phone, and in a few days of purchase, it has stopped working. You have spoken to the company representative a week ago, but it has still not been responded, or it has not been repaired, to be more exact. So write a letter to the store manager. In your letter, now the 3 bullet points: introduce yourself, explain the situation, and say what action you would like the company to take. And you should write at least 150 words. So these are the least words. You better write down 170 to 180 words, ideally speaking. And now another example of informal letter. It will be like this. You are studying English at a private language school attended by many international students. You are planning a surprise birthday party for a friend who has been feeling particularly sad and homesick. Now, write to another classmate and invite him or her to the party. In your letter, 3 bullet points: explain the reason for the party, give the time and date of the party, and suggest what the classmate could bring to the party. Write at least 150 words. My dear friends, thank you very much indeed. I have given you a bit of introduction of the formal and informal letters about IELTS writing task 1 for the journey training students. I hope you would have taken notes, you would have understood a bit what are the details, the basic introduction of this kind of letter writing. And I have additionally given you 1 question each from formal and informal letters for your understanding what could be the possible questions in the examination. I hope you would write down your answers and get them checked by some experienced and seasoned IELTS trainer or examiner. My dear friends, I'll see you with another video soon, shortly rather. I'll just be in touch with you regarding the IELTS series. Now we've started talking about IELTS writing task 1. So the further lectures will be uploaded very shortly. Just wait for it. See you. God bless you all. Take care and bye-bye.